We finish up with the McKinney Lionettes under Coach Jeremy Greenway. And Jeremy, your team has wrapped up the third place position from District 10 4A. We'll talk about that first round matchup against Creekview coming up in just a moment. But first, 4 straight wins to end the regular season. How do you feel about your team right now?
I feel pretty good about our team. They know that when we play well that we can play with anybody, and they know what their strengths are, and they know that they can depend on each other. So, we've played some good games, and I think our kids are really focused on that.
Jeremy, during this 4-game win streak, you've allowed a total of 2 runs, and obviously your sophomore pitcher, Chelsea Thomas, is at the heart of that. At the beginning of the win streak, a pair of no-hitters against North and Pierce. She was named the Dallas Morning News Player of the Week after those 2 gems. What impresses you the most about Chelsea in the circle first?
In the circle, you can always tell with her when she walks out in the field every inning kind of what we're going to get, and when she is focused on her job and what she can do, she hits her spots well and moves the ball enough to where hitters have a hard time, hitting the ball hard.
And obviously Chelsea powers your offense as well, hitting well north of 400, a team-leading 4 home runs and 32 RBIs. She had a grand slam against North recently. How has Chelsea taken this step forward from her freshman year when she was a starter for you, now as a sophomore and truly leading this ball club?
Yeah, she's more experienced. She's had a full year to see more pitches and to try to help her swing become a little more smooth. And when she does have those smooth swings towards she's in rhythm, that's when she really hits the ball well. And she did add another home run on Friday against Highland Park. So those stats are about, I guess, a week old maybe, but yeah, she just hit another home run on Friday.
Make it 5 for Chelsea, and I'm sure those totals will climb. You certainly hope they will as you hit the playoffs. Junior Courtney Derrick helps set the table quite a bit. She's hitting over 500 to lead this team. How has Courtney put it all together here in her junior season?
Courtney, just like Chelsea, she's seen a lot of pitches, over the course of her, years of playing softball. And, she has a good eye for the ball, and she has a really, just a really sound approach at the plate, to where when she's on, it's really tough to get her out.
Jeremy, it seems like Jasmine Nelson is making the most of her year on the varsity, really her second year on the varsity. Last year a contributor as a freshman, now as a sophomore, second on the team in RBIs, according to the latest stats available. It's good to have that complementary offense, so you're not just relying on Chelsea to drive everybody in.
Yeah, our offensive lineup we've moved it around enough to where there's certain things we can really do in certain areas, and Jasmine's one of those kids that's really determined to be successful. She plays with a lot of heart, and she'll be big for us this weekend as we get into round 1 of playoffs. But she has improved all year long. She's a starter on varsity basketball too, and usually with those kids it just takes a while to get them rolling, and she's definitely on a roll here the last few games.
Yeah, she's come right in and picked up right where she left off from last year and improved on that. Someone who has improved throughout their whole career, Alyssa Fontillas, just a stabilizer throughout her career for you. She's played everywhere in the field, it seems like, and now one of only 2 seniors on this team, along with Lauren McQuestion. How much has Alyssa meant to this program?
Yeah, she's just been one of those kids that is there for the team. Of course, personally, she wants to be successful, but she's there for the good of the team. And, anytime you get a kid with that mindset, she comes to practice to work hard and to be better at what she does. She's one of those kids that's not on a roller coaster. Every day you know exactly what you're going to get. And, she's a true competitive student athlete. And it has shown since she's been with us, and it will continue to show when she goes on to play college ball.
We talked with Mo Fritz earlier at Boyd, Dan Sedgwick at North. Those teams, like yours, young, very few seniors on the team, and yet all across the board, I'm sure the case is true with you as well. Leadership hasn't been an issue. You have only 2 seniors, but I'm sure you're finding leadership from other sources as well. Alyssa does it, but everyone else does it too.
Yeah, there are times to when everybody kind of takes their lead in what they need to do. We've never been a coaching staff that really picks captains or leaders, because naturally those things take care of themselves. And, it's really nice. We've got 14 good kids on our team that, they want to do well. So it's nice to see kids step up, when it's needed.
Jeremy, your team was swept by the top two teams in this district, Rockwall and Wiley, but you swept North, the fourth-place team from this district. How have those battles helped shape your team, help prepare you for the postseason?
I think really with, playing North, I think North has showed our kids where their strengths are. And, playing those other two teams kind of showed us where our weaknesses are. And, with the top two teams, it really hasn't been a physical battle. It's always kind of that mental side of the game. And, if our girls can kind of shape that up, by, round one this week and really understand that they can really beat anybody they step on the field with, and maybe we'll have some time to up some stats, as we go into playoffs.
Round one, it starts Friday, the best of three against Carrollton Creekview. It's kind of nice that you're not seeing Frisco Centennial yet again. You saw them, the Titans, the last couple of years in the first round. What strikes you about Creekview?
Creekview has, a pretty good pitcher. And, when she's on, she's pretty tough. And when she's not on, she's at least average. So, our game plan is going to be to make her work, as much as we can and see what we can do.
Yeah, you're right. Alex Lewis, one of the top pitchers in the area, 16-6, a 171 ERA, and 253 strikeouts. That's the most in Dallas-Fort Worth among Area 4A pitchers. What really stands out about her? You mentioned part of the approach against her. I'm sure that at this point of the year, nothing really changed. You can't do something special against an ace, even somebody of her caliber. You just have to play your game.
Yeah, that's what we're going to tell our kids, and we've already kind of been working on trying to do well against her. And she does good at putting the ball in the corners, and she's got a pretty good rise ball. And, when her changeup's on, it's pretty good too. But we're not going to try anything special except, we're going to try to put the ball in play as much as we can, try to minimize her strikeouts.
Jeremy, the last 3 years, your team bowing out in the first round, what would it mean to advance to the next round?
I think for everybody involved with our softball program would, just almost feel a little bit of relief. Hey, we can get this done and get through round one. And, it would just help with, morale and attitude and everything just around, just saying, hey, now we've got past round one. Let's, see how far the ball can roll type thing.
Jeremy, best of luck going forward. We always appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Jeremy Greenway, head coach of the McKinney Lionettes. They have momentum going into the playoffs. 4 consecutive wins. And now it's time for Game 1 of a best-of-3 Friday at Plano West, MHS versus Creekview. That is our show for today. Next week, we look at the rest of the baseball scene in MISD. Remember, if it's McKinney ISD Athletics, it's on Sports Talk. I'm Ted Emrich. See you next time.